Welcome to SolidCam Professor. I'm Sydney, your SolidCam Professor, with one of many recordings available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
In this session, we'll be showing you how to measure multiple holes as shown in this part over here. We'll open up our probe operation and we'll choose the option of hole. Since we're measuring, we'll use the option of measurement, and then we'll choose our geometry. In this particular case, we'll choose the option of multi-chain, click on faces, and then in the filter that opens up, all I need is the internal loops. I'll click on this surface over here, accept it, and as you can see, we have all of these internal loops over here. We'll accept that. We'll choose our particular tool, which is the probe itself. Now, let's go into our technologies for a moment. You'll note that in our technologies now, we have our geometries to work on. It shows me a list of all of these geometries over here, all of the chains that I have over here. Note that it also has a checkbox next to each one of them. What this does, it actually allows me to make some splits in the operation itself. For example, let's say I want to measure the first 8 holes that we have over here, but I only want to measure them to a specific depth. What I'll do over here is just click on these over here and remove them from our list. Now what I can do is go over here and add another cycle. Now you see we have 2 cycles. Now the first cycle shows that it's measuring on these holes over here. Now let's go to our second cycle. Our second cycle, I'm going to remove actually now the first 8 that we have over here. If I were to do preview, you can see now that it's working only on those 4 cycles over there. So let's first go into our Tech 1 over here and do the following. I want to measure to the level of minus 50. So I'll bring it down to minus 50 and we'll use the preview. As you can see, it's going down 50 millimeters, and I want to have it touching off at 4 different points. If I were to go now into Tech 2, again, I'll click on preview. Over here, I'll have it actually going down to minus 55. And I'll have it touching off at 6 different points. As you can see, we have now Tech 1 and Tech 2. Let's do save and calculate. We'll run our simulation using Solid Verify, and we'll zoom in this area over here. Now, we'll run this slowly, and as you can see, it's going into these holes over here 4 times on each one of those areas over there, and doing that 8 holes over there. Now when it goes into the next holes, you note it's going deeper and also touching off on more points than it did before. 6 points altogether instead of the 4 points that we had in this area over here. Now let's go back into our technologies, and we have one more important option down over here, and this is actually sort geometry. If I were to click on sort geometry, we can actually sort it out to the exact way we want it to measure. For example, if I were to click on this sort over here and do show sorted, it'll actually measure it in that particular way, in that zigzag way as shown over here. So we also have this sort option inside this over here, inside the technology areas, as far as multiple chains over here.
For more recordings on SolidCam Professor, please go to our website www.solidcam.com and look for the tab of SolidCam Professor. Thank you for joining us on SolidCam Professor. Take care and have a nice day.